Greetings, friends, and welcome to Thursday. Oh, camera's crooked. You guys probably couldn't really tell, but maybe you could, and whatever. But, yeah, happy Thursday. We are almost done with yet another week of June, which is crazy to think about, and time is passing way too fast. But as you guys can probably hear in the background, I'm actually playing Persona 5 Royal again. I decided to play it a little more casually. I tend to play, taking the game a little too seriously. It's like, oh, I gotta max out these things and such, and all that. And I am being strict with myself about getting the requirements needed for the third semester, but I figured I'd be a little more casual about my approach to the gameplay, and just be like, yeah, if I can't get everything done, then it's totally fine. I'm just gonna keep playing and enjoy the ride, and not worry too much about what comes next. But it's been a fun time. I've been having an enjoyable time playing this game, and enjoying the story, and relating to some of the characters a lot more than I expected. I didn't really think about it back when I initially played it, but there are some things in this game that I feel like I really needed to see as an adult, because it's kind of helping me realize not only how much I've grown, but what I can do to keep growing. And it's really nice, and I like that. I'm definitely understanding why this game is so popular, and even though I have played the original, Royal's a good game. I really like the changes they made to it, and even though there are some changes I'm not looking forward to experiencing, like the fight in the Fifth Palace, or the boss fight in the Fifth Palace, I think I'm still going to enjoy it no matter what, and I'm just looking forward to continuing playing it. And after I beat it, I might finally get back to Persona 4 Golden. I started a file on the Steam version forever ago, and I just haven't played it. I can't really tell you why. I just haven't really been in the mood, I guess. And also playing games on my PC isn't as fun as playing on the console, so that's probably why. There's a reason it took me a very long time to beat the Trails in the Sky trilogy, even though it's probably my favorite trilogy of video games. Well, no, the Mother trilogy is my favorite. Trails in the Sky is a very close second, though. But, yeah, it takes me a while to get through PC games, because they just, even though they're more convenient, I associate using my laptop with the work, so it feels weird to play a video game in the same place that I do work, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, speaking of work, I did some more writing today, and I came to a decision about my book. I talked about it in yesterday's vlog, but I might as well explain a little more to you guys. I've decided not to do the approach I was talking about, and I've kind of flip-flopped back and forth throughout the vlogs about this, where it's like, okay, do I cut the book short or do I keep going? And then I looked at this book, the third book in my series. It's still a big boy, you knock someone out with that shit. But I was thinking about that book, and also the first book in my series. Books 1 and 3 are both split into two parts. 2 and 4 I don't think are, if I recall correctly, but I know 1 and 3 are. So I was like, you know what? Let's make this book extra long. We'll consider the first, 100,000 words or so part 1, and then part 2 I'll just treat like the beginning of a new book, but it'll still be part of the same book. So that way, we'll continue the storyline, and both readers and myself will be satisfied with the plot and not feel like we're both being sold short. So yeah, that's my final decision. I got my writing done for the day, so I'm just relaxing and playing Persona, because why not? It's the end of the day, and it was a lovely day, I must admit. I actually had quite a bit of fun today, and made a lot of progress in my book. So, I guess to talk about how the rest of my day went, I just hung out with Kayla the rest of the day pretty much. I played a little bit of Trails in the Sky first chapter and made more progress in it. And after that, I decided I'd write. I watched another Struthless video that I believe I've talked about on this vlog before, and I've mentioned this guy multiple times in these vlogs. He's a great guy, but he was talking about like, you know, growth mentality versus a fixed mentality, and about kind of putting yourself in the mindset of what you want to be, essentially. So, if you want to be like a certain way or you want to do something, put yourself in the mindset of someone who would do that, and then do it. And that's kind of what I did. I sat there thinking, and I'm like, what if I was a professional author? What if I just wrote and didn't stop writing? And that's what happened. I casually busted out 9 pages in a single sitting, and am very proud of that. I finished chapter 20, which is the finale of part 1, and got the first sentence written of chapter 21, the beginning of part 2. And needless to say, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it, and like acknowledging myself as an author, I think is going to help me with the writing process. I'm going to try to keep that in mind from now on, to apply myself to what I'm doing, and to really acknowledge who I am, and put myself into the shoes of where I want to be, and work towards that goal. Because there's something I learned recently. We're never really stagnant. We're either growing or we're regressing. We're going one of those two directions. And I think it's time I stop progressing. And I'm sure it's not going to be permanent. I'll regress eventually at some point in life, because life has its ups and downs. But I want to grow as much as I can, and I want to grow mindfully. I want to acknowledge the growth I've made, be like, hey, you're a badass for getting this far, and then seeing how much further I can go. I think that's a good mindset to have. I have a lot of energy, and I'm very happy about that. I'm also in a good mood, because I'm watching, well, the screen's dark right now, but I'm watching Stephen and Mal's Tears of the Kingdom playthrough, and finally catching up. Kayla and I were watching their streams for like the first few weeks, but we just kind of fell behind. So I'm just watching the YouTube videos now, and then we'll probably catch up eventually. Maybe. Fridays are our Dungeons and Dragons days now, so we might not be able to catch the streams, or at least the full streams, but that's okay. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. I'm gonna put myself in the mentality of a DM, and make a great game for my friends, and hope Depresso Espresso doesn't stop me from playing. So, let's hope for that, right? In any case, I'm going to change into pajamas, keep watching them, and start winding down for the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. You're all awesome. And with that being said, let's do our best tomorrow.